Yo, it's your boy, LJ Chaplin, with Lady Siza, bringing to you Chilling with the Chaplins, where we deep dive, giving you practical concepts in ministry, business, relationship, and personal development. So, we can take control of our life. Let's go, and let's get it started. Welcome to Chilling with the Chaplins. I'm LJ with my lovely wife, Lady Siza. Yes, we just truly thank God to be here on this Friday Eve.
The first
Friday of the new year.
Yes.
Amen. 2022.
Yes.
And we just excited for what's gonna happen on this year. There's big opportunities that's gonna come our way, and we just want to.
We are in expectation.
Yes, and
we want to.
And we just want to be ready for it.
Yeah, and so we actually want to help you to be ready as well.
Exactly. So every year I always like to have a word, and because I'm a pastor, I do pray for that word. And so
when you say word, is it like one particular word or a scripture? Just
one word, just one word that I can live by, that I can go by for that year, so that I can focus on that word and live up to it. And so because I'm a pastor, I do pray over the word, and what he gave me is now.
N-O-W.
N-O-W, now. And so what now referred to and that he gave me was next opportunity window. And so now, honey, what's your word for the year?
My word for this year, 2022, is definitely intentional. I just want to be intentional with every little thing that I do. In fact, if you could look at my phone, I even have it on my screensaver, and it just reminds me, be intentional about what you want and what you do to get it.
Yeah.
That's my word. I'm just intentional about everything.
Yeah, and that's amazing. That is great because intentional is similar.
Yeah.
Now you got to act now.
Yeah.
You got to do now. So it we in line with our words.
Yes.
So they say great minds think alike, but I know you're a spiritual person.
Yeah.
You're
well, for me, how this word came up as well is it kept popping up like randomly last year. Like every now and then I will see it, and then more so at the end of the year. Like everywhere I looked, I would see intentional. I would hear intentional. I would meditate and the word intentional will come. So I thought, okay, this is what the Lord is saying I must be in the next coming year. So I adopted the word intentional. Yeah. So we encourage you to adopt a word that you want to live by for the rest of the year.
Yes.
If it could be anything. If you want to be courageous. If you want to be spontaneous. If you want to be adventurous. Whatever.
You want to be more confident.
Yes. If you want to be, more... What? There's so many words. Intentional, like me, there's so many words that you can actually adopt out there. But what are we here to do today?
Yes. So today we want to help our audience. How they can take advantage of opportunities that will arise during this year. We think about too much of the opportunity we miss.
Right.
And so we don't want to worry about the opportunity we miss, but we want to focus on the next opportunity.
Because there will always
be another opportunity. And so if you're still thinking about the last opportunity, then you're going to miss the next opportunity.
That's so true.
It already happened.
What matters is
what's coming next.
Right.
And so and you have to know that there's always going to be another opportunity, but you just have to get yourself prepared and ready for that next opportunity.
Love that.
And so one way how we can prepare ourselves for the opportunity is always staying informed. Always staying informed.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Information is power.
Yeah, information is power. You know, just being informed, knowing the trends, knowing what's happening in the area.
Having Google as your best friend.
Yes, you're right.
He doesn't need Google. The T-shirt says it all. He doesn't need Google because his wife knows everything.
Yeah, so make Google your friend. But yeah, knowing what's the trends in the area, what's popping, what's happening, what's opportunity right now,
in whatever that you're looking to expand and become an expert of.
Yeah. So knowing the trends is critical to you staying informed. You know, to you gaining
to being relevant as well.
Yeah, to be relevant. So it's just getting information on it, knowing because it's just like the stock market. When you're able to follow the trends of the stock market, you know when to buy and when to sell.
Right.
And so it's critical for you to, in any business, when you know the trends, you know what business to get into and what business not to get into. What business is hot and what business is not hot. And so that's
you don't want to do things for the sake of doing them.
Yes. And so you want to find something that line up to your purpose, your mission, your values, and what you are gifted in.
Right.
You know, so knowing the trends is critical. Just staying informed and doing all you can to know what's the hot opportunity right now.
Love that. Actually, what I wanted to add on point 2 is that build a platform, or build a portfolio for yourself. I know models need a portfolio, and artists in order for them to, for example, artists in order for them to go to an exhibition, they need to have a portfolio.
They need to have a portfolio.
Models, they need to have a portfolio of where they've taken shots and how their poses are, etc. So a person like, for example, ourselves, we've built our platform through this podcast.
Yes,
podcast. Because my husband is a pastor. I'm a so-called motivational, inspirational speaker. I love to speak. I like to inspire people, and my way of getting out there was to build my own platform and not wait for someone to give me an opportunity.
That's good. Say that again.
Build your own platform. Create your own platform, and not wait.
I don't think they heard that. Please say that again.
Create your own opportunities, basically.
Yes.
Don't wait for someone to give you an opportunity. Because you never know who might be watching even this podcast for Styrofoam, or who might be listening. Because you never know where your next, destiny helper is.
Yes.
So put yourself out there.
Yeah, put yourself out there.
I know it can be really uncomfortable. My husband used to hate taking pictures. He used to hate anything that's got to do with the camera. I promise you. But now he's the master of taking pictures. Yes. He loves them. He knows all the right spots. He knows all the right poses because he came out of his comfort zone and went for it, because he knew that he was not going to be a successful coach, mentor, trainer, speaker, pastor even, or influencer if he wasn't putting himself out there. You can't be influential when you're in your own cocoon.
Yes. And I realized taking pictures, that's how I made it build a portfolio, because now I made it use different pictures for different posts or different things that I could put my picture on. So I realized I need these pictures so that I can advertise myself.
Yeah.
So
and if you feel like that's maybe too much, it might be taking you too out of your comfort zone, go and volunteer in a place where you want to see yourself in the next 5 years. Offer your services for free over a weekend, after work if you're working, after school if you go to school. But do something towards your goal.
Yes.
Take a step, one step a day towards your goal. Don't expect things to fall on your lap, because they won't. Don't expect people to call you out and say, I want to help you, because it might not happen. Help yourself first in order to get the help as well.
Yes. And build on that portfolio. And like I said, go out there and take the chance.
Yes.
On yourself. And
take a chance.
Because nobody would never see you if you don't put yourself out there. So if you don't start, it's just like when you're going for a job, you need a resume. That's your portfolio.
Yes.
And so when you have a nice resume, jobs look at them like, oh wow, they got skills that I can use. So definitely put yourself out there, because nobody will never know who you are unless you build that portfolio. And like I said, like my wife said, go out there and volunteer your time. That's how you gain some experience, and that's how you get the, sometimes we put value on money. But when you don't have an idea, you don't have experience in an area, a lot of times you have to volunteer your time in the beginning so that people can know what you are able to do. Yeah, notice you're able to do. And so the next time, guess what? Because you volunteer and now you got a portfolio, now you got some experience, now you could,
you have references.
What you go back to, now you can say, you know what, I charge this amount because I did this.
And when you do volunteer, don't go as if you're a volunteer. Give it your all. Do it as if you are getting paid huge amounts of money. Because that makes you stand out. That makes people see that, oh, she's worth hiring. As we move to our next point.
Make learning a habit.
Yes, I think that's big.
Make learning a habit. Schedule time daily to make time to learn.
Yep.
Every day you should be perfecting your craft.
Honing your craft.
Hone in your craft, perfecting your craft.
Yes.
Each and every day that you take time, and a lot of time we always say we don't have time.
Make time.
We don't have.
If it's important, if it's a priority, time will happen.
Time will happen. Even if you have to maybe limit your social media intake, or
that's a big time waster.
That's a big time waster. Or maybe limit your time of watching TV.
Another big time waster.
So
Netflix. Ooh. just get rid of Netflix.
But make learning a priority.
Yes.
Make learning a priority. That should be a daily habit every day that you're gonna learn something that's in your field and that you can.
We have YouTube now. YouTube University, that is the best university ever. Like right now, I'm learning because I want to make passive income in online businesses. And every opportunity I get, guess what? I'm watching videos on people making money online. Instead of watching TikTok, instead of going through Instagram, I'm going through YouTube and looking for people who are making money the way I want to make money. So do something towards what you want to achieve.
And like myself, every day, if I say I want to be a coach, guess what? Every day I got modules. And that I can look at and watch every day so that I can become better. If I want to be a better real estate investor, guess what? I got modules. And I take time out every day to learn something new that I didn't know before. So that when an opportunity comes, to buy a house, I know what to do.
Right.
But if you don't take time to learn what you need to learn in a particular field, you won't see the opportunity, and you won't know what to do with it if it comes your way. Failure to plan is planning to fail.
Yes.
And so when you're not planning, you are actually planning to fail.
Yes.
So that's why you want to take this time out and schedule some time daily, every day, to prepare yourself and learn what you need to learn of the different trends, of the different opportunities, of a field that you're passionate about and that you want to learn, so that when opportunity comes, you know what to do with it.
I love that. I really do.
Yeah.
And I think it gels well with my next point, which says establishing a positive relationship with people. In your field, in whatever that you are looking to want to do. If you want to be an actor, hang around actors.
Yes, hang around actors.
Make friends with actors. Find them where they are. If you want to be an author, look for authors clubs somewhere. Look for people who love writing. Look for editors groups, whatever. But look for something that is in that field that you want to do. We want to be, we are podcasters. So what are we doing? We're listening to other podcasts, hearing what they do, so that we not necessarily get ideas, but ideas, yes, but also we try to be better or be at their standard.
Yes.
Because it goes back to your first point where we're going with the trends
and staying informed
and staying relevant. We can't be talking about 1985 stuff in 2022.
That's good.
So you want to be relevant, and the best way of being relevant is being informed and building relationships with people in that field. So the key word is network. How can you add value now to these people that you're networking with? Because look at this. You go into a conference or a seminar because you want to be around people who are doing what you're doing, right? And people are exchanging business cards. Then it comes to Mr. LJ. They're like, so what do you do? Oh, I'm a podcaster. Oh, if you want to come and talk to your podcast or add value to you, how can we get hold of you? Nothing. But have a business card. Like, have something that's going to sell you to the masses.
Yes. And so I want to add on to that part because it's something, they said you are the average of the 5 people you hang around.
Oh, that's good. Yes.
So
check who you hang around with. Who are your friends? Who are you spending most of your time with? Because if you're spending it with losers, guess what?
You're going to end there with, you will be a loser.
If you're spending it with poverty,
you're going to become poverty.
If you're spending it with
successful people,
liars,
millionaires,
you're going to be a liar. So you'll find yourself lying for no reason.
Yeah.
If you're spending it with drunkards, guess what? You want to be tasting that liquor too. If you're spending it with drug pushers, guess what? You'll be wanting to push those drugs too. But if you're spending it with people who want to aim for the best, excel, and people who want to be millionaires, people who are driven to become better, you will also be that. Just let me give you one example.
Okay.
People who drive Lamborghinis.
Ooh, this is good.
You don't see them watching TV, do
No.
you? Why?
Because they're busy working.
Right. That's why Lamborghini will never advertise themselves on TV.
On TV.
Because they're always working. And they
don't have time for TV.
I just heard something from one of my mentors. He said, we should, and I was like, oh, God, help me with this one. Stop going to certain places. Because where you're going, in that place
that
where you're
was
going
one of the things I was going to say.
In that place that you see, same minds, think alike. In that place that you're going to, if it's not where you want to go to, then you have no place to be there. And he made an example of stores that we go to.
Yeah.
Don't be going to the Dollar Tree. Because your mindset is limited now.
Limited
to
at Dollar Tree.
I'm going for
a bargain.
Bargains, right?
Yeah.
But you saying you want to be a millionaire? Have you ever found a millionaire in a Dollar Tree store? Have you ever seen Oprah at Walmart?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So the thing is, you want to go where you want to see yourself.
Yeah, because they say the mind is something else.
If you want to be a business person, go where the business people go.
Right.
They're not hanging around Facebook. They in masterminds.
They use Facebook to actually get your attention and your money.
Yeah, they actually use Facebook to get your attention and get your money. But they in masterminds. They at conferences. They at different events. And so if you want to be a business person, you want to be, like I said, a computer technician, go where the computer technicians at. Go to these different events where they are at and network with them. And so that once you network with them, now you like I said, again, you staying informed with how they do things and what they do, and so that
you're also able to add value, because that's important. Networking alone means nothing if you're not going to add value to people.
Yeah.
Most people who are high achievers, people who are aiming for a better life, they're looking for people who can add value to their lives. Not people who are sucking life out of them, but people who are actually putting in some value in them. You must also be intentional. Oh, here's that word again. Be intentional in who you hang around with. And how you can add value to these people. And one way is starting a podcast. It doesn't cost anything to start a podcast, to start a YouTube channel. When we started about a month ago, many of our friends and families probably laughed at our faces. They wouldn't probably to our faces, but probably behind our backs. What are they doing now? Not understanding that we are very intentional with everything that we do. Even a post that we post on Facebook.
It's intentional.
We might look silly to you, but we are very intentional. We know what we're doing. So we encourage you to do the same thing.
Yes.
Get yourself out there.
Yes.
And network. And add value.
Right. And that's the next point. Determine how you are going to create or add value to others. Because it's not about, getting in a circle and not know how you're gonna help that individual, because everyone, they want to learn from others, but they always come to them and say, I want to, how you doing, and this what I do, but they don't care what you do. What they care, what that individual that's successful, what they want to know, how can you help them? Especially if you want information from them.
I heard that from Steve Harvey as well.
Yes.
He said he'd never ever entertain people who will come to him and say, help me with this.
Yeah, nah.
But he will entertain somebody who says, I have this.
I have this, and I know you need this.
Yeah.
I know this is an issue for you. I know there's a problem. You don't have this, and so now I know I can do this for you.
Yeah.
And that's how you're ready to get in the door, so that you can learn from that business person, learn from that successful man or woman. Yeah, that's free mentorship.
Yeah.
That you could get into the
smart.
door. Yeah, so definitely be smart and learn how you can create value to others.
I think you should always ask yourself a question: is how am I going to create value for others? Always have that in mind. Intention. Right. How are we creating value for other podcasters? How are we creating value for people, for the audience that's listening to us? What are we giving them that's beneficial to them? I know, like for example, the feature that we have on Sunday Funday, we thought, okay, because we're coming from different countries, different cultures, different backgrounds, how about we create value by telling people about our different countries in a fun way? That was something that people were looking to see from us, because we always say some people, in fact, we've always been told by others that they are living America through our eyes. And when we're in Africa, or when we go to Africa, or when I speak about Africa, some Americans are living Africa through my eyes and my stories. So what value are you
adding? And so I said something on Sunday. We got to begin to start asking questions. What do I need to do today?
Yes.
To determine a better life for myself tomorrow. So we got to begin to ask them questions today. And how can I? Yeah, now. What can I do today? What can I do now that will set me up tomorrow?
Yes.
When we're able to ask these questions, now our mind begin to start thinking. Our mind begin to start working. And so that it will help us how to add value. Because we always constantly thinking, what can I do now? What can I do today that's going to help me tomorrow? Or that's going to help add value tomorrow to others.
It was Zig Ziglar who said this. I'm going to paraphrase. He said, if you want to be successful, look for something
help other people to get what they want.
Help other people to get what they want. And through that, you will ultimately get what you want.
Automatically.
It just happens.
And so
when you're being of service,
you attract who you hang around.
Ooh, I love that. Yes.
And so when you are around growth automatically will come your way.
They say energy grows where energy goes.
Yes, your energy flows where energy goes.
Yes.
So if you're around success, automatically you're going to get success. Just like if you're around poverty, automatically you're going to get poverty.
You have a limited mindset.
You have a limited mindset.
You'll start looking at prices. Your environment.
Yeah,
so
right.
Important.
It's so important. So that's why that's why you want to make sure who you're around, network with the right people,
and that's
so that
why
you start tracking
they like to say,
the right things.
Fake it until you make it. I love that. You know what? Because you're living the life that you want to live. But because we Christians, we say, faith it until you make it.
Faith it until
you make it. Because fake sometimes is not so great.
Yes.
But we faithing it, because faith is the substance of things that you hope for. And the evidence of things that
not
you
seen.
Right. So
yeah.
There you go. Yeah, so that's actually awesome. And then what I also want to add on is that place yourself in places where your heart is. What does the scripture say, Pastor?
Where your treasure is, your heart be also.
Yes. So where your money is.
Where your money is, that's where your heart will be.
That's where your heart will be. And you will not be forced to do anything towards that, because when you enjoy doing something, they say you're not working a day in your life. So work on something that you enjoy on doing. And how do you know that you enjoy something? When you're always being complimented on something. Say, for example, you like saying rhymes or writing poems, for example, and people always say to you, "Oh my God, your poems are just." That it means that you have a talent in poetry. You have a talent in writing. So how about explore that? So how do you get these things going? By looking for what you're passionate in.
What you're passionate in.
Where your heart is.
Yes.
What you are more drawn to.
Because if you, like me, I love learning so much, so I'm always willing to pay for it.
Right.
I don't mind. I don't see investing in myself as a loss. And sometimes, when we look at different things as a loss, I gotta pay money into that.
Right.
But when you see it as a value, and when you see that it's treasure, you don't mind paying for it.
Yes.
It's not a loss to you.
It's value.
It's value to you.
You're adding value to your life, and value costs.
Yes. And if it's gonna help me grow, why not? If it's gonna help you grow, why not invest in it? And so if it's going to make you a better person.
But also it's nice to look at it in a way where you say, if I put in $10 today, it'll come back $100.
$100, yeah.
It will. It will. And as we just round up, I want to say, if you want to be a business person, where's your business?
Where's your business?
Start it.
Start it.
You don't have to start big.
Nope.
Sell nuts at the train station if you have to. My husband was saying, bake in the kitchen if you have to, and start sending people lunches in corporates. Start a food truck.
A food truck. Start small.
Start small.
I love this because that's what Master P said. He said, start small and build up.
Yeah.
Build out. Start small. Pick a product. Find a product that you can sell. Find a niche that you can sell and build out. Because Jeff Bezos, Amazon, what it is today, it wasn't always like that.
Yes.
And he didn't have this massive organization that he had now. He started by selling books out of his trunk, out of his garage, So he started selling books. Microsoft.
Same story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they started small.
Facebook. They started in their college room.
Yeah. So they took an idea. They took an idea and they took a niche
and just launched it.
Yeah. And they didn't have everything together. They didn't have all the pieces that they had. They didn't have all the procedures. They didn't have all that. But they just started. They just got a website. Got it going. Got a website and got it going. And then eventually, once they was able to build up a portfolio, once they was able to continue to stay informed, once they was able to continue to make learning a habit and continue to build out and continue to learn, then Facebook was able to be megaverse. Then Amazon was able to be this massive company that you have now. So yeah, definitely. Just get started.
If you see yourself passionate about writing, just write.
Just start writing.
Just take a book. You don't have to be expensive, and a pen. And you don't even need a laptop for that matter. Just start writing.
Start something.
Start somewhere. And if you want to be in a career, because we don't want to talk about business people only, work towards that career. You want to be an attorney, but you don't have the means of going to college to study for law. Then go and volunteer in an attorney's office.
And work your way up until you're able to afford yourself to go to that school to get your law degree. But start somewhere. Because you don't want this year to end and you're still in the same situation last year. And you miss another opportunity. Another opportunity came about and you wasn't in position. For that opportunity.
Attend conferences.
Attend
seminars. Attend masterminds. In fact, we'd like to invite you to a mastermind that LJ is going to be hosting. Go ahead.
Yes, January 15th. Everyone welcome to come. It's a 6 weeks mastermind that you welcome to come and just learn from other like-minded people. This is what we're about. We're about growth. We're about that growth mindset. And we're about picking each other's brains. And getting ideas from one another so that we can get concepts.
Tell us more about the mindset.
You know,
when does it start and how
the mastermind.
long? The mastermind, yeah.
Yes, it's 6 weeks to start. January 15. At 12 p.m. It's virtual, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world. It's virtual. Once you register, you could register. You to go to Chaplain Legacy Group, chaplinlegacygroup.com. Yeah, chaplinlegacygroup.com, or you to go to Chilling With The Chaplins page, Chilling With The Chaplin Facebook page, and just click on the link where it said, where the post where it said Mastermind. Where it talk about Mastermind, just click on the link and you can register. And it's for 6 weeks and it's for 1 hour.
1 hour every
week.
Saturday.
Every Saturday, 1 hour.
Absolutely free.
Yeah.
And it's actually not free. It's worth $97 and per session.
Per session.
Yeah. So you're getting how many weeks worth?
6 weeks.
6 weeks worth. So calculate your math there. That LJ is willing to give to you as a gift to kickstart your year.
Yeah.
It's just a way of just kicking
started.
Because we don't want to put we want to put where our mouth where the money is.
Yes.
We don't want to give you these things and not give you value as well.
Yes.
So this is our way of creating value with you and for you. Register today before the class is closed because the seats are limited.
It's limited, yes.
Please go
and once the 15 come in, those that are registered, the doors is closed. Yes. You cannot register after it start because we're not going to be starting over. Once we start on the 15, and those that there, the only one that's going to be learning. So we're not going back, and because you missed the session. No, we're going to continue on, and you have to wait to the next mastermind to take advantage of the next mastermind.
And the next one might be
in 3 months.
To pay. And you can be from anywhere in the world. But Eastern time, it is 12 p.m.
12 p.m. Eastern. I'm glad you said that.
If you're in South Africa, that's 7 hours later, which is at
7 p.m. Yep, yeah. 7 p.m. in South Africa. Yeah. So that's 7 p.m. South Africa time. I'll be glad to have you so that we can grow together. And I can get to network with you. I get to network and see your face, because like I said, I like to put a face to the people that I'm talking to on a weekly basis. So, I want to grow with you. So there's a lot of opportunity that's going to come about from this podcast where you're able to get to know us and get the and we're able to get to know you better.
Yes. So we've come to the end of our session today. Thank you so much. Hope you got value out of that. We just like to pick each other's brains as well as help create value for you as well. So go out there, grab those opportunities. Get started.
Yes.
Today, the right time to start is now.
Yes.
The right time to start is now. Be intentional.
And we're coming to the end of the podcast, and now we just want to give each and every one an opportunity to know where they can follow us and they can listen to the podcast. So they can follow us
on any of the social media platforms. You'll get us at Chilling With The Chaplins. And personally, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I am at Lady Siza 1.
And if you want to follow me, on Instagram, I'm at Get Inspired by LJ on Instagram, and I'm on YouTube at Get Inspired by LJ. So Get Inspired by LJ on YouTube and Instagram, and you can watch the podcast on YouTube, Chilling With The Chaplins, and we would love for you to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and comment. If you driving or you listen to the audio version, we thank you for listening, and you can listen to it on one of your favorite platforms. We're on Google Podcasts, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, and we on Amazon Music. And follow us on one of those platforms that you listen on, as well as give us a 5-star rating. It helps us a lot when you give us a 5-star rating, as well as write a review, because our goal is to be the number one podcast, number one black podcast, in the world. So that's our goal, and so we believe that we can achieve it, and we can definitely achieve it with your help. So we just thank you, and that's about it. And we until we see you next week.
Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you. Have a splendid week.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yo, it's your boy, LJ Chaplin, with Lady Siza.
bringing to you Chilling with the Chaplins, where we deep dive, giving you practical concepts in ministry, business, relationship, and personal development, so we can take control of our life.